Hey YouTube, this is Yirmiyahu Leaps. Shabbat Shalom, which means peaceful and wholeness to you on this day of ceasing and resting. Quitting work, quitting trying to get stuff done and being frantic, and just relax, enjoy, kick back. That's what it means. That's my understanding, at least. This video is going to be on what is commonly called the law, which is actually the Torah, which actually means the instructions, the guidance, the directions, getting directions. But it's guidance like a parent gives to a child on how to do things, or like you read an instruction manual. How do you put together the bike? Well, you look at the instruction manual, it tells you how. So that's what the Torah is. It's instructions. But it's commonly called the law, and I've seen a lot of people talk about the law and refer to the law and the Torah, but a lot of times they don't really say what it is, what the instructions are, what the laws are that you're supposed to follow, the instructions that you're supposed to do. So I'm going to go into that in this video. I've heard some people say, no, the law has been done away with. Okay. Now I see other people say, no, we have to follow the law. Okay. Well, this I'm going to examine. I'm just going to start off with what Yeshua, who's commonly called Jesus, what he said the two most important instructions were. Actually, someone else said it to him, and he said, you're right, they are. So these are the two most important instructions as far as my understanding goes, and as far as Yeshua's understanding goes. Okay. The first is, listen carefully and respond, O Yisrael. And Yisrael means he turns the head of El. And El means the powerful authority, referring to who is commonly known as God. So that's, Yisrael is the people of the Almighty. Okay? Listen carefully and respond, O Yisrael, O people of the Almighty. Yahweh, your ultimate powerful authority. That's El. And it really just means powerful authority, but when it's talking about Yahweh, my understanding is that it's, based on a lot of scriptural evidence, is it's talking about the ultimate powerful authority. Listen carefully and respond, O Yisrael, Yahweh, your ultimate powerful authority. Yahweh is the only one. Yahweh is the one. He is the one. One. And all of you will love and be entirely devoted to Yahweh, your ultimate powerful authority, with all of your mind, heart, and will, all of your inner person, and all that you think, with all of the entirety of who you are, your soul, your nefesh, which means all of you, all parts of you put together, your mind, your body, your emotions, your bones, your blood, everything, all of you. And with all of your strength and all that you do. So you have your inner person, you have your entire person, and then you have what you do, your behavior, your action, everything you do. Okay? And that's how you're supposed to love Yahweh. With all that you are, everything you think, all that you do, everything. And the second instruction, Yeshua said, was like it, love your mate, your fellow believer, as you love yourself. You love your fellow person as you love yourself. Okay? Those are the two most important instructions. Then, if you, a breakdown of those two are what is known as the Ten Commandments, which are as follows. I am Yahweh, your ultimate powerful authority, who migrated you out of the land of oppressions, Mitzrayim or Egypt. Mitzrayim is what is the Hebrew for the country called Egypt, but it's translated into oppressions, out of the house of slavery. And I'm not saying that all Egyptians are terrible or anything. It's a symbolism. It's and it goes back to history. It's called Mitzrayim because for the Hebrews it was their experience with oppression. Okay, but it's not a reflection on anybody in Egypt or anything, nothing negative against them. Other powerful authorities will not exist for you above or in my presence. Now, of course, I'm not saying that I'm Yahweh. This is a quote from him. This is what he's saying, okay? And the first instruction is, other powerful authorities will not exist for you above or in my presence. One way I understand that, one understanding I have of what that means is, don't replace me with anything that I've made. Okay, he's saying don't replace him with anything that he's made. So basically, we are not to be subservient to things that he's made. We're supposed to be an authority, and then he's an authority over us. But we're not supposed to put ourselves in authority under anything that he's created. Okay. Now, when I say that, I don't mean like people. I mean like authorities to replace him. Second commandment instruction: you will not make for yourself a sculpture or any resemblance of that which is in the skies above, or which is in the land below, or which is in the waters below the land. You will not bow down to them, and you will not be made to serve them, because I, Yahweh, your ultimate powerful authority, am an actively passionate powerful authority, persistently attentive and devoted, intolerant of rivalry, and requiring your exclusive devotion, responding to the wrongs of fathers by dealing with children to the third and fourth generations of those who reject me, but doing perpetual, loyal covenant love to the thousandth generation to those who love me and follow my instructions. Okay, and that, I understand that instruction to basically be meaning, don't replace me, Yahweh speaking, don't replace me with anything that you've created. So as first instruction, I understand it to mean don't replace him with anything that he's created. And the second instruction I take to mean don't replace him with anything that we've created, any of us have created. Let me see how much time I've got. I think I'm missing out on time. No, I've got a little while left. Okay, and where it says that he's a jealous God, the actual Hebrew word, from my understanding, basically would be better translated into saying that he's actively passionate, persistently attentive and devoted, intolerant of rivalry, and requiring our exclusive devotion. He's passionate about us. He doesn't want us devoting ourselves to something lesser. Third instruction: you will not obliterate by making substitutions for, misrepresenting, or slandering the name, which would include the reputation and character of Yahweh, your ultimate powerful authority, because truly Yahweh will not leave the one unpunished who obliterates by making substitutions for, misrepresenting, or slandering his name, including his reputation and character. So we're not supposed to misrepresent him. We're not supposed to trash talk him. We're not supposed to replace him with something else. We're not supposed to replace his name, and we're not supposed to replace who he is with a false representation of him. Okay, that's very important to him, and hopefully I don't do that. I'm hoping I don't. I just want to say I'm still learning. So if you feel that I do that I break that in some way, please let me know, and I will either try to correct one of us. Either try to correct me or you. So, excuse me. Sorry. Number 4. Remember the ceasing and resting day. The Shabbat, which is what Shabbat means, ceasing and resting. To set it apart as special. 6 days you may labor and do all your work, but the 7th day is a time of ceasing and resting devoted to Yahweh, your ultimate powerful authority. On that day you will not do any work, especially the work done by Yeshua HaMashiach. His work was rescuing all of us and restoring our relationship with Yahweh, because we can't do it. We have sin, we're messed up. but he restores our relationship, and he rescues us from destruction. On that day you will not do any work, you or your son or your daughter or your male servant or your female servant. And that male servant, female servant would be near the equivalent of employees. It's been translated as slave, but it's not slave in the way we understand it. It would be more like saying your employees, or your animals, or the stranger who is with you. Because in 6 days Yahweh made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. So Yahweh knelt down and gifted the ceasing and resting day, and separated it, the Shabbat. Now that 6 days and 7 days, I know there's a debate going on as to whether those actually mean literal days, or whether they mean long periods of time, and I'm not going to get into that here. Let's see how I'm doing time-wise. Okay, I guess. I'm going to go on. Give weight in respect, appreciation, honor, and importance. Like if you say, oh, that person holds a lot of weight, you're not saying that they're just really strong and they're able to hold many pounds. You're saying they're important. They have, they're deserving of respect and honor. So give weight and respect, appreciation, honor, and importance to your father and your mother, so that your days are prolonged upon the land which Yahweh, your ultimate powerful authority, is giving you. Now ultimately, your father and your mother would be Yahweh, since Yahweh is beyond gender, and he has characteristics attributed to him that are both of a father and of a mother. And ultimately your life comes from Yahweh. Now you have parents that have given you birth, which this instruction would include them, but ultimately it refers to Yahweh, who is your father and your mother. You will not murder or unjustly take the life of a human being, literally shatter or break in pieces. So you're not to shatter or break in pieces a human being, which would obviously would include something like murder or to unjustly take the life of a human being, but it can also refer to just cruelty or doing something destructive to another person in some way. So it has kind of far-reaching connotations to it, but like I don't think it would include something like self-defense or justice. Anyways, moving on. You will not have sex or be intimately unified with another man's wife or another woman's husband, or be unfaithful to yours. There's a lot of instructions in Wayikra, or what's commonly known as Leviticus, that have to do, that's kind of a breakdown of this instruction, but yeah, it's basically not to have sex or be intimately unified with another man's wife or another woman's husband, or be unfaithful to yours. Which I think, well, anyways, I'll just go on. I was going to extrapolate, but decided against it. You will not take that which belongs to another, especially by deception or in secrecy, without their knowledge and consent. You see how I'm doing on time? I'm guessing I'm just about up. Yeah, I am. Okay. Since I am just about up, I'm going to continue this in my next vid. Thank you for watching. I'll try to summarize a little bit better in my next vid too, but thank you, and I hope that you are having a good life, and I will talk to you later. Shabbat Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Thanks. Bye.